The dissolving reason your ocean floor is already stealing solid ground from under every coastline you've ever walked. And in 2010, beneath the Arctic shelf, scientists quietly mapped a collapse zone spreading across an area larger than Denmark. They have spent nearly 2 decades trying to stop it. They can't. And that is not the worst part of what they found. Right now, somewhere between 300 and 5,000 meters beneath the surface of every major ocean, the floor is moving. Not because of an earthquake, not a volcano, something quieter, something that traces directly back to the temperature of the water pressing down on the sediment beneath your feet. The Beaufort Sea, the Norwegian continental shelf, the South China Sea, 3 separate research teams, one identical finding: the seafloor is not just shifting, it is destabilizing from the inside. Scientists first detected the mechanism in 1997, nearly 30 years to reverse it. They haven't. The question is no longer whether another collapse is coming. The question is what disappears when it does. The substance is called methane hydrate, an ice-like compound frozen gas locked inside a crystalline water cage, buried directly beneath the seafloor sediment. Not in one place. Everywhere. The Arctic shelves, the Gulf of Mexico, the entire Pacific Rim. Total stored methane, somewhere between 500 and 2,500 gigatons. Roughly 10 times the carbon sitting in every forest, every field, and every breath of atmosphere on this planet. What holds it together? Cold water, pressure, the crushing weight of the ocean itself. What is happening right now? The ocean is warming, not fast enough to feel standing on a beach. But at depth between 200 and 600 meters, the warming is precise, consistent, ongoing for decades. The hydrates are dissolving. When they dissolve, the sediment loses its structural cohesion. The seafloor does not crack. It does not shake, it just sinks, quietly, in enormous sections. Here is where it gets strange. The collapse zones are not random. Map them and they trace almost perfectly along the same coastal shelves sitting directly beneath the world's most densely populated shorelines. Eastern North America, Western Europe, Southeastern Asia. The Storegga slide happened 8,000 years ago off Norway. It sent a 20-meter tsunami crashing into what is now Scotland. Geologists found the evidence centuries later, marine sediment sitting miles inland with no explanation. Storegga was not caused by a quake, not volcanic. It was triggered by methane hydrate destabilization. The exact same mechanism happening right now. And the part that should stop you cold, no instrument detected it before it went. In 2007, a Norwegian research team mapped craters on the Barents Sea floor, some up to a kilometer wide, 30 meters deep. Carved by sudden, violent methane venting. The ground didn't just sink. It exploded from the inside, expelled the gas, then collapsed into itself. In 2014, on the Yamal Peninsula of Siberia, on land, same hydrate chemistry, a crater 30 meters wide and 70 meters deep appeared overnight. Local reindeer herders reported a flash and a rumble. Nobody predicted it. Nobody detected it. It just opened. In 2021, researchers at the National Oceanography Center mapped what they're calling a megaslide precursor zone in the North Atlantic. An area of seafloor the size of Wales showing early-stage deformation, the exact seismic signature that appears in the geological record before Storegga. They published carefully, used phrases like elevated risk timeline and potential for significant seafloor destabilization. In plain terms, an area the size of Wales is preparing to slide. And if it does, the resulting tsunami reaches the British Isles, Iceland, and the eastern coast of North America within hours. Scientists don't use the word imminent, but they have started building evacuation models. That is not caution, that is acknowledgement. There is a feedback loop that makes this worse. When the seafloor collapses and the methane releases, it rises. Some gets consumed by deep ocean bacteria, some doesn't. Some enters the atmosphere, and methane is 80 times more potent than carbon dioxide over a 20-year window. Meaning a large collapse doesn't just trigger a tsunami. It accelerates the exact ocean warming that is destabilizing the next deposit. Self-reinforcing. The more it collapses, the warmer the water gets. The warmer the water gets, the more it collapses. Scientists call this a clathrate gun. It appears in the peer-reviewed geological record as a probable trigger in at least 2 mass extinction events. Not a fringe idea. Established science. What is happening right now on the seafloor is not without precedent. It has a precedent. And the precedent is extinction. What nobody can answer, not yet, maybe never, is exactly where the threshold sits. The tipping point where enough hydrate is destabilized that releases become self-sustaining. Some models place it in 2019. Others say 2050. Others say we have not crossed it. But every model agrees on one thing: the threshold is real. It exists. And the seafloor does not issue warnings. The only question still open is which ocean is standing between you And the moment it finally does,